Footsteps, breaches, gunfire. Sound is everything. Take it away, and all you're left with are your instincts. Now ask yourself, do you trust yours?
7 days, no audio. The rules are simple. No in-game sound at all. The goal is to rely on natural observation and prediction, not tech that replaces hearing. For that reason, I avoided operators who give massive visual intel like Valkyrie, Maestro, and a few others. I can use whatever visual info comes from my teammates. Solo queue means I have no control over who they play. Default cameras and droning are also fair game. And just to be clear, since some might see this as throwing, I played exclusively unranked. For the sake of the video, the game audio stays on for you. Everything you hear right now, I didn't. This is what 7 days without sound taught me. Going into this, I wasn't excited. I thought, this is going to be a brutal week. But then on day one, this happened. That wasn't what I expected at all. I expected the complete opposite of that. I'm usually the one on the receiving end of a play like that, not the one making it. I don't often have rounds like that, so it caught me off guard. I chalked it up to luck, but the next match had me rethinking that. Two plays like that in a row, something wasn't adding up, and I didn't know what it was yet. Right from the start, this felt way easier than I anticipated. I expected everything to be chaotic, but it wasn't. It felt peaceful, almost lighter than normal. And it's not something I can really explain. It's something you have to experience yourself. I was moving more than before, but I wasn't reckless. I didn't feel rushed. I was just effective. If my goal was natural observation and prediction, then goal achieved. My eyes became my ears, and suddenly I wasn't standing still in that listening trance. I had to stay active, and actually process what was happening with a lot more caution than usual. And honestly, it paid to be paranoid. Acting like someone was there, even without any clue they were, ended up being the right call more often than not. I wasn't doing too much, and I wasn't doing too little. Every round fell into this balanced rhythm, and for once, I actually felt consistent in what I was doing, and even my decisions felt grounded. With no sound cutting in mid-play, I wasn't hesitating. I'd commit, and most of the time, it worked. Overall, what puzzled me was that without the ability to hear, the odds were suddenly in my favor. Every angle, every rotation, every peek wasn't me winging it. They actually had purpose. Once it was gone, sound was revealed for what it truly is. Sound is just permission to act. It finally added up, and I knew why I played better without audio, and why the rhythm took on this calm, elegant flow. Because the truth was simple. I'd been approaching the game completely backwards. I'd play passive when the circumstances called for aggression, and aggressive in moments where patience was the logical decision. And most of that came from letting sound dictate my decisions, instead of the rest of my game sense having a say. I'd think through a play, but the second a sound pulled my focus, I'd abandon it and hesitate, and that hesitation usually got me killed. What made it worse was finding out the original plan would have worked. Without audio, I actually committed to my plays. Nothing stepped in to pull me off the path I'd already chosen. Before, whenever I heard anything in my vicinity, I'd freeze, and not in a tactical way. I was paralyzed by fear. I'd stand completely still until I was swung and killed, then sit there and wonder what went wrong. Now I know. A little ignorance really was bliss. I didn't feel fear for what might happen. My mind was clear, and finally, I had control. I had clarity. With the pathway from intention to outcome clear, it was much easier to follow. Along that path, I found something I never had before. Confidence. This experiment took away something I thought was everything. Sound. I played better without it, but that doesn't mean I'll continue to play in silence. I'm not abandoning sound from here on out, but it's no longer a dictator in my decision-making. It's a suggestion, because the truth is, Sound matters, but not all sound matters. Not every cue deserves your full attention. I didn't improve because of silence. I improved because of what silence forces you to rely on. In the end, you're forced to rely on your strengths. Your strength isn't sound, it's timing, intuition, map flow. Your strength is instinct.